Welcome to today's deep dive. Today is not just about vocabulary, it's really about survival.
Right, survival. We're looking at a practical crash course on travel English. 15 very specific real-world conversation templates.
And the goal here is to get you from booking your flight to checking out of your hotel without looking like, a lost tourist. So I thought instead of just reading the text, we could role play a bit, stress test these phrases.
I love that idea. Let's see if we can actually navigate the whole journey. Planning to check out using only the dialogue from these sources. I'll quiz you.
I am game. It feels like having a cheat sheet for social interaction.
Let's see if it works. Step 1 is logistics. You are on the phone with the Riverside Hotel. You can't just say, I want a room.
Right. The text makes a really hard distinction between standard deluxe and suites. It's all about managing your expectations. So in this scenario, I'm locking in a standard room at $120 a night.
Which is a pretty decent rate. But did you catch the potential trap in that booking script?
Oh, the breakfast. I specifically have to ask, does that include breakfast?
Exactly.
In this case, the answer was yes. But if you don't use that specific phrasing during the booking, you usually end up paying $20 for a coffee later.
Secure the amenities first, right. Okay, now you've landed, but you need wheels. You're at the rental counter. The source says you need to be specific about the class. You're asking for midsize or compact.
See, I usually just take whatever they give me, but the dialogue here is strict about the contract terms. The agent quotes $45 a day, but then drops the mileage limit, 200 miles per day.
And that is exactly where the language gets technical. You really have to understand the penalty of 25 cents per mile over the limit, plus you have the insurance decision.
Right. The script has you declining the $15 daily coverage because you're sticking with your own. You just have to be confident with those accept and decline verbs.
Okay, let's fast forward. We're at the airport gate. The script for seat assignment is short, but it's vital.
Window if possible.
I mean, aisle people will definitely disagree, but sure. Then comes the high-stakes moment. Customs. The officer asks the two big questions, duration and food.
This is actually my favorite part of the source material. It gives you the magic words. Duration is simple, 2 weeks. But for food, the magic phrase is nothing perishable.
That word perishable is doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
It really is.
It signals to the officer that you understand the agricultural rules. No fruit, no meat. And you don't have to list every single snack in your bag. It's basically the difference between walking right through and getting your whole bag dumped out on a metal table.
So we survived the border. Now we're strictly on the ground. Navigation. The source emphasizes listening for distance markers, not just pointing.
Right. You are listening for phrases like 2 blocks or the traffic light. Precision matters here, but let's be honest, usually you just want to get to the hotel and get online.
Which brings us to the checking in script. It explicitly models asking for the Wi-Fi password. In our case study, it's welcome 2024.
Super creative password there.
Very secure, right?
Yeah.
But then we hit the money issue. The text actually debates the pros and cons of the currency exchange desk versus the ATM.
It is a classic traveler dilemma.
It really is.
The exchange desk takes commission, but the ATM might hit you with high bank fees. The source suggests a hybrid approach. Get some cash at the desk for immediate tips, and then use the ATM for the rest.
Speaking of money, let's get to the fun part, negotiation. Here's a market scenario for you. You're eyeing a handmade bag, and the vendor starts at $30.
Which implies it's negotiable.
Exactly. I don't just say too expensive. The script uses a comparison tactic. I saw a similar one for $20. Then we meet in the middle at $28.
But the real native speaker move here isn't the price drop, it's the closer.
Throw in a keychain.
Yes, that phrasal verb throw in. It's such a soft, friendly way to extract extra value. It makes the vendor feel like they are doing you a favor while you get a better deal.
I am definitely using that. So we celebrate the bargain with dinner. The dining script focuses on soliciting advice. The server pushes the grilled salmon, but the friend wants the pasta primavera.
And the financial vocabulary comes right back. Split the appetizer. It prevents that awkward math at the end of the meal.
Finally, to prove we were actually there, we need a photo. The source warns against bad selfies.
Very true.
You ask a stranger, but you give director-level notes. Capture the whole view and ensure the Eiffel Tower is in the background.
You really have to be directive if you want the shot. So looking back at these 15 templates, we made it, we planned, traveled, ate, and bought souvenirs strictly using the provided lines.
It's a solid toolkit. Having these scripts ready definitely lowers the anxiety of what do I say when you're traveling. But it does make me wonder about the limits of a script.
How so?
Well, we know how to haggle for the bag using that throw-in phrase. But the script doesn't teach us if we should haggle. Like, is it
Uh,
culturally appropriate in that specific country?
That is the cultural why. These templates give you the mechanics, but they don't give you the etiquette. You might have the perfect vocabulary to ask for the check, but zero idea if you're supposed to tip.
That is a whole other layer of complexity. For now, I'm just glad I know how to get the keychain.
Baby steps.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Next time you pack your bags, try dropping one of these phrases, specifically nothing perishable, and see how much smoother your trip goes.